Hey folks, Adam Holland here with another case study. This particular one is in the dating niche. They went from struggling to a 5x return on ad spend in 3 weeks. So let's jump into it. So before Adam Holland Marketing, this client had hired every agency that he could. He was very bitter, honestly, around working with freelancers and agency because he just kept hitting the brick wall. Have you ever hired an agency and then there was a complete lack of results, lack of accountability, or lack of communication, and ultimately no results, right? So he was very frustrated, and he even tried running ads himself because he was like, forget this, nothing's working with these people, they don't know what they're doing or whatever, so I'm going to try running stuff himself. And he had on and off success even trying to run ads himself, but whether it was himself or the agency, he'd have one decent week, but then like no sales the next week, and then he'd be like break even the week after that, and then struggling to pay the bills the week after that. Having one decent week a month is not a consistent business. You're not going to get the revenue flow that eases those concerns and those frustrations and those struggles that you're dealing with. It's not consistent enough to be a real business, as far as that goes. So what happened when he came on board? Well, in under 3 weeks, we reduced his lead cost. Let me see if I can actually move myself here. We reduced his lead cost by nearly 50% over the course of those weeks. So again, like only I think marketed like a day here that first week. So it was really like 2 weeks and a day, maybe two, whatever it was, under 3 weeks, no leads, even on 118 clicks. We're like, something's wrong here. Something's going wrong. Fixed some stuff, started generating leads for around $30. And then we were down around $20. I think we ended up getting somewhere around $16, I think, by the third full week, as far as that goes. And here's the cool thing. Over 70% of the leads were qualified. Now, the terminology is a little bit different. Normally, we're using SQLs as a sales qualified lead, MQLs as a marketing qualified lead. That's usually the terminology that we're using. This particular client already had his own systems, so we just matched them, which, by the way, whenever we work with clients, all the reports that we do, like the spreadsheet that you see below, are custom per clients. Nothing is cookie cutter because your business is not going to be an exact cookie cutter from the next business that we work with, right? You might be in a similar niche. You might be a coaching or info product business. You could be in a SaaS, and there's going to be similarities. But every business and every sales process typically is a little bit different. So again, all those are custom. But going back to the point at hand, he would call an SQL a QL, a qualified lead. And an SQL to him isn't a sales qualified lead, it's a semi-qualified lead. So again, if you're looking at these numbers below and you're like, well, why are they have so many QLs and very few sales qualified leads? It's not the case. 15 in that last week here, you can see 15 leads were top tier qualified leads. 6 of them were semi-qualified. So each week we were over 70% of leads that were qualified. The second week you see here, again, these are small numbers, $500, made $1,000, a little over $1,000. I'm sorry, that's Australian dollars. USD, 347, and then the revenue is in USD as well. So let's be real here. So that was a 2.87 ROAS. In week 3, again, not Australian dollars, but if you look at USD to USD, spent $600, made nearly $3,000. So over a 5x ROAS on this particular account. Within the this is the second full week running ads. Even if this was in a month, even if this was in 2 months, this is by far a radical difference and a radical improvement on results. So how did we actually come to this? Let's share. So what happened? His previous ads were actually phenomenal. Very high click-through rates, lots of leads coming in, but he had little to no sales. You see, his previous targeting was not good enough. What he and a lot of other people, sorry, this is bothering me not being all square here. See, OCD with the layout and the actual targeting and with our KPIs. But anyway, his previous targeting was not good enough. Just generic, broad dating targeting wasn't speaking to who he was actually trying to help. It wasn't just somebody that was dating in general or having struggles dating. It was a very specific problem that he had the solution for. So by targeting the exact buyer that needs their problem solved right now, that meant he was getting sales right now. And this is why our AIM strategy is so powerful. And if you're not familiar with AIM and our AIM strategy, let me run through it here real quick. So first of all, AIM is attract, influence, and monetize. We attract the right clients. So we get in front of the ideal buyers using highly targeted ads. Specifically, YouTube ads is where we tend to start. Influence for the I, keep them engaged and build trust via retargeting. And then finally, monetize. We're going to take this cold traffic, turn it into warm traffic, and then direct that warm traffic back into your sales process. And this is how we keep churning out result after case study after result after case study. So if you're interested in applying the AIM strategy to your business and getting results like this, your next step is to book a call with me or someone on my team. Go ahead and click on the button below, connect with us, and let's see what we can do for your business.